today we're gonna be lowering the 2023 Camaro SS. It got a change, 20% on these windows, 5% on the back. Looks a lot better. This 50mm lens is crazy, but sheesh, upgrade from the GoPro or what? Anywho, let's go ahead and pull it into the garage and we'll get back with y'all. Oh yeah, I just did something in the pants. As you guys can see, this ride height right here is completely atrocious. We got my little helper today, and then look at this. Yeah, that's about to look a lot better. You want to introduce yourself to the vlogs? Look at that boy, got a fresh cut today, looking like a for real hillbilly. Introduce yourself, you punk.
My name is Yasin.
Yasin what? Yeah. What do you do? Look at that boy, iced out with the pendant. Look at that, making an appearance in the YouTube videos. Anywho, let's get right into the video. So today we'll be installing, what does that say? Racing Sports lowering springs. These are actually, whoops, the lowest ones that I can find for a 2023 Camaro. These are the lowest. They drop them 1.7 inches all the way around. So this bad boy should be pretty low. You ready to do this thing?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hit him with a gritty. We're gonna jack the car up and take the wheel off. Okay, so now that we have the wheel off, let it focus. There is the stock spring. Okay, now let me get under here. Oh, there's a couple ways to do this. Okay, little change of plans. Had to re-jack up the car. I know you're not supposed to do it from the diff, but I did it anyway. Got it on jack stands because I'm gonna need the jack later, spelled with a letter or number 8. Anyway. Now let's see here. Okay, so first things first, we got to take off this little plastic shield cover. And then you see this bolt right here where the little pixelated finger is going over. We need to take that bolt completely out, and then we need to loosen this teensy one right here. It's not really teensy. Here, let it focus. Okay, that's gonna be the best we're gonna get right now. We just need to loosen that one, and then this whole thing should drop. So let's get that cover off and start to loosen them. And then we will catch back up with you guys whenever we put the spring inside. We're gonna go step by step. Here's the little plastic cover that came off there, I'll show you. They're just for itty little bitty clips, I mean. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. You need to loosen this bolt from the front and the rear. It's not too hard, you just need a couple of those because it's hard to get to from the back. Go ahead and take out this bolt completely so that you can drop this down. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the camera as I do so. Make sure to subscribe for more. Of course, guys, I didn't get it on camera, but okay, so what I did was, you guys see that bolt? Okay, it's right there. I took that bolt out, and then that, I don't know what you call this, the rear swing arm. I don't know why the camera likes to focus in a different spot every single shot. Anywho, that dropped. I don't even know which part this is, rear swing arm maybe. Anyway, I tried pushing it down with my hand, and that did not work. So, put a little rubber padding. I know you're probably not supposed to do that with your brake caliper. I did it anyway. I jacked it up just a teensy bit, and the spring coupler came out, and the spring came right out. Look how fresh and new this is. Literally looks like a brand new part. Never seen rain, never seen dirt. Always garage kept. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and get this bad boy thrown in there, and then we can switch to the other side. And mind you, this is already after I hit up my boy Marcus. He's probably gonna be here anyway. He didn't text me that he's on the way or anything, but he's like, yo, or I was like, yo, I need help. I need help drastically. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next clip. I'll get the other side on film, but I'm going to go ahead and throw in the other, not even the other, the first spring-a-majig. Anyway. Okay, focus or not, we're gonna do it. Focus, hocus pocus. Ugh. And to think that I quit. Okay. This is quite possibly the easiest, most effective way to install lowering springs on your 2023, your 6th gen Camaro in general. Okay, this might look like a mess. I got 2 jack stands. Here, I can let that one breathe. Probably is not the best for the rotor. And that bad boy is snug. Okay, that doesn't look too promising, but hey. Okay, never mind. Look, don't make the same mistake I did. Make sure your thing's actually on the coupling. That's, that is no good. Oh. Would you look at that? Yep. Well, I need to go ahead and redo all this. Anywho, long story short, this is the easiest way to install lowering springs on a 2023 Camaro SS. Okay, so you take out this bolt, this far bolt, okay? You jack this up just a tiny bit, that whole thing falls. Well, damn, bro, I'm actually pissed because I'm going to have to redo everything. Well, anyway, this whole thing, the whole thing falls down. And then what you do, you pretty much, the old spring, this right here, it slips out. You just slip the new spring in. Do not do what I did and place it wrong, because you're just going to have to go ahead and redo all this work. But hey, it's okay now because we know what we're doing. But yeah, follow for more. Step numero dos. Take off this bolt that connects. Here's your rotor. Take this bolt off. Only this bolt. Don't even loosen any of those. This is the easiest way to do lowering springs on your 6th gen Camaro. Don't mind how I'm talking. Currently laying down on the floor bank. Okay, we're gonna act like the jack stand didn't just fall, but hey, making progress. This side didn't take nearly as long as the other. Who knows? Oh shit! How did that get there? I have no clue. Okay, once you got that bolt out, I didn't film it, but you know, hey, you get the gist. Take that bolt out. You put the spring in. Make sure your couplings are lined up. I still have it jacked up right there. I'm about to put another jack right here, just like that. Make the jack do the heavy lifting for you. You just jack it up, compress the spring, line it up to those holes. You want to get it. You don't want to sit here and fiddle with the bolt. This bolt right here. This thing is a bitch to get inside, but if you jack it up on the right angle, it slides right in. And then you have these circle things that sit in a specific part. I don't know if you can see it right there. Yeah, you can. That little U shape, that upside down U, that should sit right in it on the whole other side. But yeah, other than that, you just jack it up, put the bolt back in. You should be ready to roll. You got this side all wrapped up. You just put that bolt in, spring back. Make sure your Make sure your spring is in the coupler. Last step. Put the plastic shield back on, put the wheels on, and then you are done with the rear, baby. Sheesh. Bronco Raptor Tings.
2, 3.
This is what I come home to. Well, let's go into the video. Yo, this is the guy who's been messing with our yard.
I'm gonna kill him. Look at those claws.
Cold start in the garage. There we go. Okay, I figured there'd be more light. Look at the significant. Sheesh, it's tooted. It's literally tooted. That's insane. Look at that. Already how much it dropped. Like, does that look safe? I don't think so, but I mean, it looks good. Get you guys a comparison to the front. We're gonna do the fronts tomorrow morning. Look at that. That is a significant drop, 1.7 inches. That looks really good. Look at the moon. Whoa, look at the sky on camera. That looks pretty dope. Anyway, that looks good. That looks good. Now I need wheels.
Goodbye to your yard, bro.
This guy. Pest control ugly.
At night.
Hola, mi amigos. We're on the second day of the install. And we're doing the fronts at the moment. All I did was take off the front wheel. And I'm going to show you guys what you guys have to remove. Looking at inside the wheel well, you need to disconnect the brake line, or that's part of it that I did already. If it will focus. And then you will need to take out this bolt right here. You need to take out this bolt right here. And then there's a speed sensor. If we could get it to focus. It is in there. Okay? You just need to take off those three. And then you pop out this nut. Whatever bolt nut. You pop out this one as well. The one right under it. There's two. And then your whole brake caliper should fall down. Okay? And then... yeah, there's nothing. You need to disconnect that, which is I already said it, that bolt back there. And then after that, that's when you move up and take out those three bolts. So it's pretty simple up front. You know, there's not any tricks or, you know, gimmicks to it like there was the back. But we will get started on this and I'll show you guys the progress.
Subscribe to us soon.
Yeah?
Look at the camera.
I don't know, bro.
Come on. Okay, so once you got all those bolts that I previously talked about taken out, here I'm just taking out the last bigger bolt that holds it in place, and then all of this should drop freely. Nothing should be connected to your actual strut. That is when, here, let me show you guys what it looks like up close. See. Everything should be disconnected. You got those two bigger bolts taken out from this and this right there. And then this should now be free. So now what you do, you take these three bolts up top, which I believe are like 13 millimeter, 13 millimeter beater. Anyway, your whole strut should drop. So I will go ahead and set the camera up for you guys while I do those just quickly with an impact. And everything should be tied up. Then you need a spring compressor from like AutoZone, unless you buy one. You can get them off Amazon and stuff. But that shouldn't be too hard. And then you just put your new spring in. But here, let's get started on that. Okay, now for the last one, it's going to be loose, so you want to hold it from the top. Yeah. Made this strut my bitch. Now, since we have the strut out, okay, you want to make sure you remember how it went into the car, because this spins. But mine has a green dot. I'll remember that it goes up top. Then, shit. Nice. Then you want to take your spring compressor. By far one of the scariest tools. I hate them so much. but you're gonna take your spring compressor, compress up your spring, sorry. And then you want to compress it up, and then I'll show you the next part. You want to take, there's a little plastic piece up top. Just throw that off to the side for now. I don't know what size this is, but I will let you guys know in a moment once I go to take that off. We got the spring compressors onto my springs, which this is awfully scary, but then you just go ahead and, here, maybe I'll get a little bit closer for you guys to see. This is awfully scary. Hey. Hey. We're going for it. Now the other side. Oh my God, this is scary. Okay. This is pretty much a ticking time bomb. And the thing is, I still feel tension on the spring. So that doesn't make too much sense. But hey, on to the next clip where we take this top bolt out and hopefully it doesn't explode in our faces. So now for the moment of truth. Oh my God, it didn't explode. That is a dub in the chat, everyone. Oh my God, look at that. Okay, then. Ah! No, oh shit, that's the same size. You're gonna loosen both sides. Oh my goodness. Oh. Talk about scary. Yep, my neighbors hate me, guys. That's a fact. Okay. Let's see. Take these freaking ticking time bombs off, because what do we want with those? Ugh. You take the top hat off, and then bada bing, bada boom. Your stock spring can go out, and then you grab your aftermarket. Sorry, there's not much room for me to work with over yonder. Get off of me. Okay. So you put your spring on, even though that's not very centered right now, which is kind of odd, but I'm honestly not going to question it. Or maybe should I question it? Because, like, look at that. That's a spring on. There's no way that's supposed to be touched. Let me check it out with the stock spring. And we'll hope it rides good. You put your top hat on. Just like that. Put this thing in my jig. Oh no. My bowl. You put that. You take your impact. And you impact it down. For a minute. Oh my God, this is a 4-minute clip. We got the spring off. Now, everything we did in that first part, you just reverse it. Make sure, I told you guys about the green mark. You see that green mark? That goes on this side, on the far side. So you just put the strut back in and you button everything back up. Okie dokie, artichokes. Here, let's get the light closer. You want to put the strut back in. You have the aftermarket spring. You want to tighten up, I think that's your control arm. I have no idea what these parts are called. Anyway, I put these two bolts back in. All you got to do is hammer them back and pretty much just reverse everything that you did in the first part. Put your speed sensor back in, put that little bracket for your brake line, make sure nothing is pinched. You need brakes. But yeah, you want to tighten up these 3 bolts up here, put in the little plastic topping piece. Other than that, you're good to go. Sheesh. I won't even really be able to tell until I pull it out of the garage. But here, let's get a little close up. Let me see what you guys can see. Up is going to be out of there. Anyway, on to the next clip. Pretty much replicate what you did to the other side. Obviously, you're not just going to lower one side of the car. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will pull it out and try to get some clips at night, and I'll also get some clips for you guys tomorrow and a couple days after they settle, because springs tend to, you know, settle more after a couple days. But right now it still kind of looks about stock just because I just now lowered it and they're still brand new. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out the other side, and we'll catch up with you guys later. How about? Got it all wrapped up. Now time to pull this bad boy out and wake up the neighbors. It's midnight, by the way. It's not too loud, but, you know, I got its girth. I'm gonna go to the gas station and show you guys how it looks. So this is how the car sits after seconds. Actually, no, it's been like 15 minutes after I lowered it. The rears have been lowered since yesterday, so that's tucking a little bit more. The front fitment is not too shabby. I actually really like it. I'm gonna get some more clips for you guys tomorrow after they settle, but this is on flat ground. I actually love these springs. 1.7 inch drop. Check that shit out. It sits so nice now. No more monster truck. Next step, get me some Hot Boy wheels, but you know. Shit looks amazing. And the ride actually is really good on them. Got the daytime running lights on. Uh-oh. Shit looks phenomenal.